So hi guys, my name is Bharat AJ. So today I am going to discuss you about a topic related to human right violation video. Here I took one of the incident which has happened recently in the place of Manipur, which is situated in the northeastern part of India. So it is a part of human right violation. It was happened in the year of 2023 in the month of May. It is also presently it also continuing that violation. So the communities which are involved in this incident were first one is mighty community, which means predominantly Hindu communities, and second one is about the Kukiso communities, which is predominantly Christians. Then next I am going to talk about the casualties. Like official reports indicate at least 258 deaths and over 60,000 displaced individuals were reported in these incidents. So the root causes of this problem or this incident is that the mighty communities demand for ST status supported by a Manipur High Court order in April 2023. It was perceived by the Kukizo communities as a threat to their constitutional protections, which lead to their widespread protest. Next, one of the root causes of this incident is land rights and the evictions, which means that the government's derecognition of 38 tribal villages within the Churachandpur and Kaupam protected forest and subsequent demolitions, such as the bulldozing of Songjang village in February 2023, which intensified the tensions. Third root cause is about cross-border dynamics. So cross-border dynamics, which means that the influx of Kuki Chainzo refugees from the Myanmar due to the ongoing civil war added to the demographic and security concerns in the regions. So which were the rights which were violated in this incident is the following. The first one is about the sexual violence. These are the documented human rights violations. So first one is about the sexual violence. So there's in July 2023 showing two Kuki women being paraded naked and assaulted by a mob. The incident, which occurred in May 2023, highlighted the use of sexual violence as a weapon of war. Next one is the extrajudicial killings and torture. So this about that reports indicates numerous instances of the extrajudicial killings, then the arbitrary arrest and torture by both the state forces and vigilant groups. Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International have documented these abuses. Next one is about the destruction of property and displacement. So over 4,786 houses and 386 religious structures including churches, temples have been destroyed. More than 16,000 people have been displaced, many living in squalid relief camps with inadequate facilities. So next one is about the internet shutdowns. So the government imposed a 201 2-day internet shutdown, one of the longest in India, severely hampering the communication, relief efforts and documentation of the abuses. Next, I am going to talk about the role of the armed groups in this incident. So the mighty vigilant groups have been implicated in numerous attacks against the Kukizo communities, including arsons, killings and sexual violences. Despite the serious allegations, there has been limited legal actions against their members. Next is about the insurgent groups. The National Investigation Agencies, which is also known as NIA, arrested the members of banned insurgent groups like UNLF and KYKL for their involvement in the murders and arson during the violence. Next, I am going to talk about the government and the judicial responses towards this incident. So first one is about the state government involvement, how the state government involved in this incident or how they respond to this incident. So Chief Minister N. Brian Singh faced criticism for his handling of the crisis. In November 2024, a mob attempted to storm his residence, reflecting widespread dissatisfaction within the government's response. Next one is about the Supreme Court involvement. So the Supreme Court took cognizance of the situation, criticizing the state for its failure to protect citizens and ordering investigation into specific incidents, including the sexual assault video. So next is about how the NHRC or the National Human Rights Commission involved in this. The NHRC expressed the concern over the continued violence and the state's inadequate response, emphasizing the need for the immediate action to prevent the further human rights violations. Now I am going to discuss about the international reactions towards this incident. First one is UN. UN experts condemned the ongoing abuses in Manipur, including the sexual violence and the extrajudicial killings, and criticized the government's inadequate responses also. And next is European Parliament. So the European Parliament passed a resolution arguing India to protect the minority rights and addresses the violation which are happening in the Manipur. Next is US State Department. So they highlighted the significant human rights abuses in Manipur in its annual report, noting over 200 deaths and displacement of more than 16,000 people. Next, I am going to talk you about the humanitarian crisis of this incident. Displaced individuals like Falniva Konsai live in the overcrowded relief camps with limited access to the basic necessities. So this prolonged displacement has led to the a deteriorating mental and physical health among the affected population, which is a great tragedy towards them. So next is the recommendations of the incident. First one is immediate ceasefire. All parties should agree to an immediate ceasefire of the hostilities. Inadequate investigations, like establish independent commissions to investigate the human rights violation and hold the perpetrators accountable. Then the humanitarian aid, ensure an adequate provision of food, shelter and the medical care to displaced population. Next is restoration of communications, like lift internet shutdowns to allow the free flow of information and aid coordination. And next is community dialogue, which facilitate the inter-community dialogues to address the grievances and promote the reconciliations. So actually I took these type of incident from the UNOHCR, UN experts reports and the Human Rights Watch reports. With the help of these reports, I got this type of evidence which about the human rights violation which happened and which is actually happening now also in the Manipur. So then next one is about which were the rights that were violated during the time of this incident. First one is about the right to life. Which I already told, that over 258 people were killed, many in mob violence, targeted killings or through other actions. Then is freedom from torture and degrading treatment, which were come under the UDHR Article 5. So the multiple reports emerged of sexual violence, including the parading and gang rape of 2 Kuki women by the mobs. Survivors described being stripped, beaten and assaulted publicly. Then is right to adequate living conditions, which are come under the UDHR Article 25. Over 16,000 pupils were displaced from their homes and forced to live in the overcrowded and hygienic relief camps, lacking adequate food and other basic necessities of our life. In some camps, over 100 pupils shared 3 to 4 makeshift toilets with no regular medical access. Which is a very pathetic condition. So children and the elderly people suffered from the malnutrition and the untreated illness. Next one is right to equality and non-discrimination, which were come under the Article 7 and Indian Constitution Article 4, the part of UDHR. So minority community, especially Kukis or people, face systematic discrimination on the targeted violence, often with police intention or complicity. Then is freedom of expression and press. Journalists and human rights activities reporting on the conflict face harassment, legal intimidation, vandalism and threats. The Manipur government imposed a 212-day internet shutdown, which is also part of that. Then is right to property, which were come under the Article 70 and the which is in the part of UDHR. So over 4,786 homes and 386 religious structures were burned or destroyed, especially in their ethnic neighborhoods. Then is right to justice and accountability. Despite the scale of violence, very few perpetrators have been arrested and prosecuted. Victims struggle to file FIRs due to the police bias or the fear of retaliation. The Supreme Court found out that the court appointed panel acknowledgement massive failure in law enforcement, yet most cases remain unresolved even after 2 years. So the ethnic conflict in Manipur represents the most severe human rights crisis in the recent Indian history, marked by mass violence, sexual crimes, displacement, suppression of the civil liberties, impunity for perpetrators. Organizations like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the United Nations have repeatedly called on the Indian government to ensure independent investigation and provide rehabilitation and reparations, and also uphold the constitutional protection for the all communities. So this is the case study which I took to took to talk you about the how the violation happened in the Manipur and what were the consequences. Even now they are also following. Now they are also facing towards these violations.